How do people become strangers to their own limits? This is what we're exploring this week. We often think of burnout as a sudden crash, as a specific event or moment or situation that collapses the system and makes it stop from working as smoothly and as effectively as we know it to. The truth is that burnouts don't happen suddenly, but gradually. And they usually happen because we forget what our boundaries were. You didn't lose your boundaries because you're lacking willpower. You lost your boundaries because you forgot that they even exist. In the IET framework, we look at the high functioning capacity as a key domain of well-being. The tendency for the high-functioning person is that when a demand emerges in the system, they very seldom check with themselves whether they have the capacity to deal with that demand right now. On the other hand, the tendency is to just adapt and deliver, is to push through with the excuse that this is just a temporary adjustment. Now, while this is successful in those moments where this is truly needed, when protracted over months and years, this pattern of constantly adapting and delivering without checking capacity creates a negative feedback loop for the brain, which eventually learns there's a constantly new baseline that is pushed higher and higher and higher. And over time, this may exacerbate the utilization of the high-functioning person capacity to the point where they're on the brink of collapse, and therefore the one more demand showing up in the system can be enough to collapse it altogether, and seemingly giving the impression that this was a sudden event. So my reflection for you this week is the following. When you think about your current workload, how many times have you used the idea that this is a temporary adaptation and focused on just delivering? And if you stopped using this idea of temporary adaptation, what truth would you actually discover? Until next week.